mistletoe, candy cane, Santa Claus. A gingerbread woman and a gingerbread man in a gingerbread house and all. Christmas is just around the corner, coming up just around the bend.
I made a rule for myself this year to only use secondhand items and handmade items for my Christmas decorations. So the first thing that I had to do as soon as Thanksgiving was over was head to the thrift store. It always blows my mind how many amazing things you can find at thrift stores for such great deals. And not only that, I was able to find true vintage in just 2 stops. Today, I'm not just going to be showing you my thrifted finds. I'm going to be doing a fun little DIY project with my husband, and I'm going to be showing you some beautiful handmade pieces that I added to my collection this year. I've always had such a hard time describing my style to people because I'm not a true mid-century modern purist, although I love some of the classic pieces and that's the overall vibe that I have. But I also include a lot of kind of bohemian eclectic things. And I think my kitchen is the perfect example of a mix and match style, and I call it bohemian modern. I think it's so much more fun to have an eclectic mix and match style because it opens up the window of possibilities, especially when all of your items are secondhand and you're somewhat limited to what you can find. With that said, I do love when I see a collection all put together, and this year I finally decided on a few things from the mid-century era that I'm gonna collect for myself. I've been obsessed with space since I was a child. Whenever I go camping or on road trips, I'm known to be sitting out by myself on a rock or in a chair just staring up at the stars, especially with my binoculars. It's my favorite thing to do. So it made perfect sense for me to go with a space theme.
Oh, it made it! Look at my little spaceship. Isn't that cute, Mom? Oh, these are hand-blown glass and they're hand-painted from Europe. So I got 4 of the spaceships and then there's 4 little astronauts too. Those are so cute.
It's time to get crafty for a little DIY. It is craft night in the Caldwell house. I am so excited to get started on my space comets. So I found these at an antique store, and this was what kicked off my idea to do a mid-century space theme for my aluminum Christmas tree. I love to mix metals, so I'm really excited about having these gold comets with the silver tree. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this stuff that I got at a craft store, and I'm going to use brass wire and attach it to these little balls. They're just little metal mesh balls. And I thought that they looked like a rocky comet, and I'm very excited. And my husband Jesse is going to be working on creating some Saturn-like planets. I'm going to be doing some Earth-like planets because blue and green, you know, I love it. It's my jam. I got some glitter. This is going to be really, really fun. Lower, there we go. Look at the difference. Maximalist, minimalist. Yours looks so cool, babe. Okay, I will be the first one to admit that my husband's gas giant planets turned out so much better than mine. He really did a good job on these. The rings to make them look kind of like Saturn did not work out, but I think overall they're pretty fun.
Selena and I were digging through a jewelry estate. She found this brass, I don't know if it was like a necklace or some kind of a medal almost. Maybe it originally was some kind of an ornament. I'm not sure. Anyways, when we came across this, we decided it would be perfect to try to turn into a ring around a planet. So I have this tiny little one here, and I'm gonna see if it fits. It doesn't fit completely, but I think if I do it kind of hanging a little bit off to the side, that might look like a ring around a planet. I don't know, I might just go for it. What do you think, babe? Is that gonna work? Does that look cool from there?
Yeah, that's cool.
Cool.
One of my main goals this year was to use what I already have. So I tried to walk around my house and look at pieces that I truly loved and see how I could incorporate Christmas with them instead of removing them and putting them away in a cupboard and only having Christmas decorations out. It was actually my husband's idea to decorate our vintage tree wall hanging with little ornaments, and I'm so happy with how it turned out. It just looks so adorable, and I feel like now I can keep out something that's not Christmas, and it blends really well with my Christmas decor. When I first came across this ornament, I didn't know what it was. It kind of looked like it was supposed to hang from something because it had a loop on it, and when I would move it up and down, it really looked like a jellyfish. So I thought it was a really neat piece, and I decided to get it even though I wasn't quite sure how I was going to use it. And funny enough, just a couple days later when I was on a thrifting road trip, I found another one where it was clear that the top was supposed to be a candle flame. Oh my goodness, no way. I just bought this exact same ornament, but in silver. That's what it's supposed to be. This is supposed to be a candle flame instead of a hanger. That is too funny. Since I love to mix metals, I decided to pick up the gold one too, so now I have a silver and a gold one. One of my biggest tips for anyone trying to decorate on a budget is to do what you can to use what you have. It's amazing once you start digging through your cupboards, you go through your garage, and you unbox everything in your attic, you'll be surprised what you have tucked away there. As a vintage reseller, I sell all of my good Christmas decorations every year in my holiday sale. This year, I was determined not to do that, so I'd made myself sit down and actually think about what are my favorite pieces I've ever found and what do I want to collect for myself in my own home. I'm really looking forward to growing my collection of the vintage ceramic trees. I decided on these beautiful flocked ones with the multicolored lights, and I only have this one. I got it off of eBay for a really good deal, and I'm gonna be keeping an eye out at every estate sale, garage sale, and thrift store that I go to from now on, because someday I would love to have an entire collection of them all across the credenza. One of my dreams is to find a mid-century wall unit, and I think what I'm gonna do with my crystal collection, instead of having it all put together, is to sprinkle the pieces throughout my entire home so that it kind of feels like I have a common theme. My thrifted crystal collection has grown so much just over the last week, so for those of you who have missed it, I did a thrifting Christmas episode on my personal channel. I will also link that here in the description below, and we did a holiday special over on the recycled life too. So if you guys want to see a little bit more in depth about my collection and see me find most of these treasures, head on over to the description after this episode. Having open shelves in my kitchen was something that I dreamed about for many years, and I have zero regrets. I have had this kitchen put together for about 3.5 years now, and I still love every second of my open shelves. What I try to do is I take the opportunity of decorating them to be a deep cleaning. So I always make sure that I set aside enough time to take everything down off of the shelves, give them a good cleaning, give the shelves a good wipe down before I start decorating.
Christmas is just around the corner, coming up just around the bend. Holiday couldn't be here sooner.
Because I'm a vintage reseller and I sell so many items, the things that I keep in my own home are typically things that I love so deeply that I can't let go of them. So when I was getting ready to decorate my kitchen shelves, there were so many pieces I didn't want to remove. So I decided to go ahead and use the blue and green color scheme I already had going on in my kitchen and just pop in little elements of Christmas and sparkle. I had these 3 vintage domes that I've gotten over the last few years. In fact, one of them was from the Goodwill outlet bins. So I don't know if you guys are familiar with the Goodwill outlet, but everything is kind of just thrown in bins. And the fact that I found one of these vintage domes without it being broken was quite amazing. I've been too scared to sell them in my shop sales because I didn't think that they would last in the shipping transport. So I decided to go ahead and try to incorporate them into my Christmas decor this year. And I love the way they turned out with the little bottle brush trees in there. One of my favorite things about Christmas is that soft glow in the evening. It gets dark earlier and I love to have candles lit everywhere and the soft glow in every single room. And I'm really happy with how it turned out because I feel like it still looks like my kitchen, but it also feels like Christmas. And if you guys are more curious about a lot of the vintage pieces I have here in my kitchen, I have an entire episode on all of my collected finds and a little bit of the history behind them, and I will put the direct link in the description below. I've also got tons of new thrifting vlogs coming out, so don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss an episode. For those of you who missed the TRL special, I'm going to pop in how I put together my aluminum Christmas tree and how I made this garland.
The wonders of life got the prettiest side for everyone to enjoy. Standing up close by the Christmas tree, glimmering light, I am right where I wanna be. I will be home for a couple of days, wander around with you. You and me in the cold, thought it'd never be true. Wherever I go, I got you. Oh, I have stopped running, there is no way trying. You better loosen your belt. Drinking hot wine by the fire, don't care of anything else. It's Christmas and some kind of love, my friend. I'll pray it will never end. Do you like to be here too? It's Christmas and outside snow's glistening. Just you and me tonight. I'll spend all this Christmas with you. Oh, it's such a charm, got you up in my arms. There's nobody at the door. You said I wish this will never be over. Darling, it's time for your present. Come over here. Now it is time to get out in the snow, lighting a light with you. Choirs will sing and the joy bells will ring. Nobody loves you as much as I do. It's a wonderful feeling from floor to the ceiling. It is that time of the year, drinking hot wine by the fire. Here on our own, we got nothing to fear. It's Christmas, some kind of love, my friend. Pick up some candy canes and hang a wreath on your door. It's Christmas and outside snow's glistening. It's just you and me tonight. It's just you and me tonight. It's just you and me tonight. I'll spend all this Christmas with you.
Thanks for hanging out with me today. I hope you guys had fun getting a little sneak peek at how I decorate for Christmas, and hopefully this gives you a little inspiration for what you can do on a thrifted budget. I hope you and your loved ones all have a wonderful and safe holiday season. I will see you guys in a brand new episode next week.